perfect. Hello, everyone. How's it going?
Good, good.
Good. Sorry for the voice. I'm a little bit sick, but I'm still gonna try to pull this.
No worries.
Woke up with a fever. Uh, so yeah, how should we proceed? AMA or should I start showing something?
Yeah, whatever you want. If you want to show the game, talk about crypto shots, what it is, what's going on lately. And yeah, if there's any questions, just anybody's can pop up in voice or chat. Go ahead. It's very lax here, but we want to know what you're doing though.
Yeah, so we've been working hard during the whole bear market on the game. We are focused on the gameplay. So yeah, we started at the end of 2021. I've been working on the game non-stop. We never took a break, and we are focused on the PvP side of the game because if you remember, if you guys were around in 2021 when we launched on Wax, first we launched as a single player. That is still available, but we have been focusing more on the multiplayer side of things. Um, Besides that, we also been working on a chess game that at the moment only supports Hive, but then we're gonna support also a Bitcoin Lightning Network, Ethereum, and Wax. We haven't had it yet because the mobile they didn't fit all, but Wax will be next. And yeah, go check it out. We do a mini game. Every Sunday using chess. We do basically free to earn games every day at 3 p.m. UTC. During the week, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's we use the shooter game. Then on Friday, it's Smash Cards. On Saturday, it's poker, and on Sunday is it's chess. So in all these events, they last about half an hour every day. And they are free to join and free to earn. You receive tips in Hive and Wax. So if you join our Discord, you get automatically notified. You can join for free and receive these tips. Let's enter as a guest. So yeah, we'll be working on we updated a little bit the UI. Now it's a little bit more clean. There's still a lot of work to do. But it's looking a little bit better. We have to do a full redesign, but yeah, this is a first step towards it. So we still have 3 maps, but we are working on we are updating the cargo, totally reskinning the cargo spaceship, and we also started brainstorming on a fourth map that is gonna be on a like on a mining space, open space with some caves. Yeah, but that's still work in progress, still in the concept stage. Then we have some cool new game modes. So if you remember, we always had a team deathmatch, we had free for all, and we had capture the flag. Now we also added the elimination. So in this mode, you play into teams, and and once you get killed, you don't respawn. You have to wait until the 5 minute match finishes, and you can watch other players play while you cannot participate. And when your team wins, you win too, and you get a point. So that's how elimination works. Then we have cover point. There are different places on the map that you need to defend. So you're still split in blue and red team, and you need to conquer those points so that they become your color. And as time progresses, while you conquer some base, you automatically earn some points. So depending on which team earned like a conquer which base, then they earn a different amount of points, and at the end of the match, who has more points wins. That's pretty fun. On 3 maps, you have to we put the cover point in some tricky spots that are a bit hard to find. So yeah, players are having fun trying to conquer them in order to win the match. Gun race, it's a common one, but yeah, we could not add it. So you start with a pistol, then at your first kill, you automatically get a new weapon. It becomes more and more powerful until the last weapon is a knife, and you have to do your last kill with the knife. The first person to get a kill with the last weapon, knife, uh, gets a point, wins the match. That's pretty fun too. Kill confirmed is the same as team deathmatch, so you still split into teams, but the only difference is that when you kill an enemy and they um, yeah, when they kill, they also drop their badge, and for you to score points, you need to go and fetch that badge. And you can do the same also for your teammates, so that the opponent team does not get points, and that's the goal of the game, to collect as many badges as possible. And that's it for the game mode. So we added four more. Then we also had a lot of customizations for the rooms. Now we have shields that spawn around the map, and we have streamers who are streaming the game every weekend. So, for example, today Mick at 3 p.m. Eastern time is gonna there's gonna be a tournament with him, and tomorrow there's gonna be tournament on the weekend. They always at 3 p.m. EST, and tomorrow is gonna be Voxton. You can follow our Twitter if you want to join to know when they are. Twitter is xcryptoshots.com, cryptoshots underscore NFT. Sorry. You can find pinned there our calendar with all our events. Exactly here. So if you go here, you find what we have planned. So every set every Saturday and Sunday, as I said, 7 p.m. UTC, there's gonna be these tournaments. On Saturday, it's double rewards, and you don't need a pass. So it's free to play, and same for on Sunday. It's free to earn. You win one high every time you win a match, or 10 wax, and there are also some final prizes depending who got the best score, the most kills, or the most wins. Uh, yeah, you can see here all the details. As I mentioned, during the week we also have the flash tournaments, and there are different modes. So on Monday, it's a legacy laid out only. So when you play, these are some of the new room settings that we added. So for example, on Monday, we force all players to play with the legacy loadout. It's fun. On Tuesday, only with the modern loadout. On Wednesday, you can play only choosing a single weapon. So the room creator, a streamer, or a moderator that creates the room, choose which weapon you're going to use. It could be a simple gun, it could be a knife, it could be a sniper, and in the whole match you can only use the weapon. It's kind of fun. On Thursday, no healing, so there's a new settings for which usually when you get some damage you slowly recover, and instead with this game mode you don't. So you have to go. Yeah, you need to keep your energy, your life. You have to try and hide and not get shot. It's particularly fun, for example, when you combine that with a single weapon. For example, you do a grenade only match, and then you do no healing. That's super fun. Or you do a Molotovs only a match and no healing. That's common and fun. And yeah, and then as I mentioned, Friday Smash Cards, Saturday Poker, and Sunday Chess. But the big tournaments are on the weekend. There's also one on Friday. At the moment, there's not a streamer, so if you want to join as a streamer and get a lot of visibility on our social, on Discord, and on our Hive blog, then if you want, you can join, and then everything will be automatically set up to promote the event in our Discord and in the game itself. So, yeah, as mentioned here, we also have, as I mentioned, you can choose a single weapon when the streamer starts the match on the weekend. You can choose a single. You can choose a loadout, modern, legacy, or off. You use the default ones. You can also choose whether you want ground weapons or not. These are all new settings that we added. And then the bots during tournaments are automatically disabled. but you can play the game anytime with the bots. But if you do to do so and earn our token, then you need to have a PvP pass. You can find both on Wax and Hive. So we'll be working also on other cool things. Let me show you in our sneak peek channel on our Discord, because we just did a big release, but um, we haven't fully announced it yet because we're still fixing the last few bugs. So we released it early for our players to try it out, but it's not. We didn't announce all the features. For example, this one is already available on the Mars map on the third level. You can see on top left, where you can find a device on the map and activate it with the P button, and for 30 seconds it discloses the location of all the enemies using these rays from the sky. They go through buildings and tell you exactly where the player is and their name as well. That's useful, like when you need to find players that are hiding at the end of a match. For example, if a player just scored the best KDR of the tournament, so they're going to win, and maybe you went early and found this device so that you would be able to find them during the tournament at the end, or maybe you just found it, or maybe you saw that they got on the match leaderboard. You see that they have the best KDR and they're gonna win the prize of the tournament. Then you go look for this device so that you know where they are. You can go and try to beat the score. So yeah, that's pretty fun. We just released it on the third map, and as of today, there's gonna be another release where it's gonna be available in all the maps. Then yeah, bottom left you can see chess how it looks like. We keep working on new features. We keep making it prettier. So now we have, for example, you can see the white dots where you can preview moves of certain pieces, and you can see better which piece from the opponent from your opponent was just moved, and things like that. We keep adding new features. PVE, as I mentioned, we haven't been focusing a lot of it, so we haven't released anything, but we were working on it in the background. We've been working on survival mode, and you can see here that we added some toxic gas, so that basically we are adding some feature for which after a certain amount of time you're gonna have to leave certain areas because they're gonna become toxic, and the drones will keep coming on you trying to kill you, but you also need to move area, and a swarm of drones are coming, and you also need to reach another area to find your ammo and be able to survive the full 10 minutes of the match. It's gonna be fun. It's not out yet, but that's how it looks like. Then some of the these is how cover points looks like. For example, you can see this cover point was conquered by teams who became red. You can also lay down on the floor. That's a feature that was missing, so you can just lay down and be able to snipe from the ground. So besides crouching, now we also have a prone mode. um, Oh, this is fun. I didn't show this. You can also choose headshot only during matches. So when you hit the body of of an enemy, they receive no damage, and their head becomes red, telling you that hey, you need to shoot the head. That's the only way to get a kill and be able to progress in the game. It's fun because you can combine this game mode also. So these are room settings, let's say, with other game modes. So for example, you can say now we play capture the flag with the headshots only game mode with a single weapon as a sniper. So you can combine all these things and make it much more interesting. You have a lot of choice and between the room settings combined with the different game modes, and yeah, you can find your favorite one and have a lot of fun with your friends. Then you can see here this is a kill confirmed where the enemy dropped their badge, and that's how it looks like. Then this is gun race. We were choosing which weapon to add to the cycle, but yeah, it can also be changed according to players' feedback. And this is the new map. There, as I mentioned, we started just brainstorming. So yeah, it's gonna be open space with the caves or sort of a maze. So it's gonna be fun for capture the flag and all the game modes that we offer. Oh, we also have a PC build. That's what's new. We are not only on web. We also have a PC build, and you can find it in the development updates channel on our Discord. Um, we don't have Web3 login integrated yet. We are still working on the feature, but you can play as a guest, and then yeah, you can also claim your username on our Discord if you want to receive tournament prizes. Uh, and we noticed the game runs much as expected. We always knew the game runs much smoother there. So if you want to try the game, we recommend Brave browser because we noticed that the frame rate is double compared to other browsers. It's also displayed on the landing page if you try to use another browser. Um, so, but if you use Brave, your frame rate could be limited because at the end it's still a browser. If you use the PC build, it's much higher. Like there's zero lags problems. Yeah, I had like 4 instances of the game running on my machine just as a test, and there was no lag. So it's pretty cool. We also added the Web2 login form, so you can set up your username and password. And the idea is that we are going to release these on Web2 stores, so that during tournaments, there's going to be a mix of players from Hive, from that using their Bitcoin Lightning address because that's an option too, using Wax, using Ethereum, and then we also integrated another chain, Immutable X, so it's available as a login, but we don't have NFTs and tokens yet. So you can log in also with your Immutable X account. It will show in the game, but yeah, for now, no rewards there. But besides using these Web3 login methods during tournaments, you once we focus on marketing. Right now we're not focusing on marketing, we still focus on development. But once we try to bring in with the campaigns new players, they're gonna mix from all the chains, but also from Web2 players that play the game from one of the stores, for example from Steam. We also have planned for mobile. We always had them. Now we're getting closer to them. um, we are trying the game. Like, the game works on iOS. We are integrating the controllers. We have to do a lot of optimization so that it runs smoothly. That's the only mixing steps. There are things you have to do on your adding the control is easy. Making it run on iOS is easy. The only tweaks that are needed are on the graphics, the level of details for some of the textures, and things to make it run better. We've also been working on recent matches, so you can go on, click on your profile and see the recent matches that you just had. So you have a nice recap of like 20 matches. If you want to check your score, if you weren't sure if you won, you draw, and how many points you scored, and so on. We also did like small things like mm, an indicator for the damage, and also the plate name on players, so that you can see the name of the enemy in front of you when you get super close to them. Yeah, there's little tricks like that that ended up being positive.
Sorry to cut you off, but we're about at the end here.
No
Uh,
worries. If there's any question, pretty
yeah,
much there.
if there's questions, head over to the Crypto Shots Discord, and he's here all weekend. You can speak to him here in voice as well. Thank you. You're doing lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Very robust 3D shooter game. We don't see too much of that on Wax, and he's also on Hive, and you can earn Bitcoin, and there's just so much happening in there. So you're doing a fabulous job. Uh, so thank you for exhibiting. Thanks for presenting. We need to head over to the auditorium because we're gonna check out some keynotes and panels next.
Perfect. That
The,
sounds fun.
yeah, the social block is in 5 hours. So at that time, the AMAs will take a break. So anybody can walk around where they want. If you want to know more about crypto shots and talk to Sniper in more depth on your own, we welcome you to do that. That's what the booth is for. All right,
Awesome. Thanks, man. Talk to you soon.
shouts. Let's
Take care.
teleport to the auditorium. You can click